Farside Spurs podcast, coming to you all the way from the Farside Arms tonight. Tonight we have a fairly full house, and we're all in fairly high spirits. And we're joined by someone from the long distant past. Jamie, how are we doing, Jay?
Long distant past? I was on last week, wasn't I?
Yeah, I mean, that seems like an eternity away to me, so...
Yeah, true. Well, yeah.
When you get to my age, mate, every day is a bonus.
Every hour is, yeah.
Get to my age, you can't even remember whether it's the same day.
I'm here from the long distant past to bring my words of wisdom this evening.
Okay, so you won't be speaking a lot then tonight.
I won't. No, I'll be watching something else on my phone at the moment.
Going to give us a masterclass on how to get blocked on Twitter.
Well, yeah, I have to charge for that.
So we're also joined by Lee in his very professional-looking
very swanky.
Very swanky. So how are you doing, Lee?
Yeah, good, thank you. Feeling very positive. I'm really looking forward to the new season.
Okay.
What drugs do you take then?
Well, you know, as well as making beer, I make a form of LSD.
All right, crystal meth.
Crystal meth, yeah.
You never advertise that on. You don't advertise that on Twitter.
No, it's only for certain people.
Okay, good stuff. And where was it you lived again?
Buckingham Palace.
We're also joined by Mr. A to the C. How are we doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, just chilling, mate. Chilling
I see
on a Monday.
You're sporting your Spurs top.
Yeah, last year's away kit. Just getting a bit of
use out of it before.
Use out of it because Levy's obviously got the money. Had the money about a year ago, and he's running away with my money and everybody else's money.
Actually, my Jackson Pollock shirt should be turning up tomorrow.
Oh, right, you're going one as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, have you got yours, Steve?
No, it was out of stock, so mine's on pre-order, and it should be it's like they said it would be like within 7 days. I went into when was it? I think it was on Saturday morning. I went into Sports Direct and to see if they had it in there. Asked the lady, and she said, "Well, they don't actually. Sports Direct and all that are not getting it released until the 30th." So it was
right.
Like finally the club are actually doing the releases properly, where they do the initial stock and push, and then retail. It goes to retail a week after. So while I was in there was a guy walked in. I was chatting to her, and this guy walked in, and he started like peering at shirts. He's gone over to like a stack of old like Spurs away shirts, like leafing through. Then he's gone to the new home shirt, and he's like leafing through. And then he turned to her and she said, "No, it's not out until next week." So he was after the and he's going to me, "Are you after the shirt as well?" I said, "Yeah, actually, I was looking." He said, "I just wanted to see if it's really as ghastly as I think it."
It's going to be one of those though in the future.
Kane, was it?
Sorry, say that again.
That was Harry Kane, was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
It's going to be a keepsake though in the future. Everyone's going to want that retro shirt, the one that looked like a dog's dinner.
Yeah, clean the car with it or something.
So you're not you're going to buy it, but keep it in its plastic and then sell it on as a massive.
No, I will embarrass myself.
So yeah, okay. As long as it's not just me.
Did you not tell the bloke that Mr. Wu's got thousands of them on DHgate? And he's had them for months.
No.
12 quid.
He was Mr. Wu, and he wanted to know if his stock had finally reached Sports Direct. he'd been talking to Mr. Ashley, and he promised him that he was actually going to finally stock it from there instead. Anything to cut corners and cut costs. Anyway, we've been speaking for ages, and we haven't introduced our final guest. Someone that you may or may not be familiar with. We see him. Well, we don't see him very often. I had to reintroduce myself, and we'll just reintroduce him to everyone. It's Mr. Simon Gray. How are we doing?
Stranger. Good evening. I know, I am very strange. Lovely to see you all. Lovely to be back. Lovely to be here. Looking forward to being more regular in many aspects, but most importantly, here on the podcast with all
Is
the
that
lovely
laxative?
people.
Is laxative helping with that then?
Well, I'm on a special diet.
Okay. Okay. Do you
Lovely.
understand that since the last time that you've been on, we've won 2 Premier Leagues?
I feel like was it Sue Ellen in the shower in Dallas where I woke up and basically the last 2 years have all been
It
a
was
dream.
Bobby, wasn't it?
It was Bobby Ewing. So
Before my-
Poch is
that was before my time.
Poch is still the
And he got abducted.
manager. Yeah. So Poch is still the manager. We've won the Champions League. We've won a Premier League title, and
The Audi Cup.
that's it, right? I've missed nothing else.
Levy's spending money. That really is the
Right.
trick.
So we have crossed into the multiverse, and
We
now
have,
I'm
yeah.
somewhere. I'm now in a parallel universe of where I thought when I went to sleep.
Yeah,
sometime.
that's where you've been. You see, you've just been in other universes. That's
Amazing. I much prefer it here. This is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. So we've got plenty of us here tonight. So there's plenty of voices, plenty of opinions, plenty to chat about. Unfortunately, we don't have a full house, but our final member has no concept of time and has no ability to tell time, and therefore managed to double book herself and not be available. And I have no shame in outing you on this matter, Sarah. So there we go. So hope you enjoy that when you listen back. Right, so let's crack on. Let's crack on. So we had a friendly on Wednesday last week. Colchester away. It's good to see some fans in the stand. Sonny had been back training with the squad a matter of about an hour and a half, and was pitched straight into pre-season, like into action. So did we all catch up with the game?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, certainly did.
No. Okay, so we'll go. I'm going to just discount both of you then, and I'm going to go to the people that watched the game. So, Jamie, what did you think? No, just jokes. Lee, what did you think?
The darts.
What did you think of the match, mate?
Who, me?
Yeah, Lee. Yeah.
So I actually enjoyed it. I thought we played pretty well. It was about getting minutes under the belt. Wasn't expecting too much, but actually was pleasantly surprised. We knocked it around well. Son set up all 3 goals. One from a corner, the rest in play. Yeah, I mean, really, it's hard to say. What else do you expect, really? Minutes under the belt, 3 goals, as I predicted.
Well, exactly. You
Darren Anderton.
Exactly, and I think, I mean, you say what else do you expect, but if you consider the Orient game, and like I know obviously it's a few days further into the process, but there was certainly a lack of cohesion, I think, in the Orient game. That wasn't, that we kind of got rid of, or to a certain extent. I think against Colchester we played with a lot more tempo, urgency, and as I say, I mean, Son had been back like 2 days, I think, and straight back into it, and seemed to really give the team a bit of a lift, I think, and a bit of drive and focus. So
I mean, it's hard to read too much into pre-season friendlies. You shouldn't really read too much into them because it's just really about getting that fitness going. But
it's all about the 3 points, isn't it? Really,
3 points, 3 points, or 3 points.
Yeah,
3 points. Yeah.
Well, at least the players didn't look like they had 3 pints this time before they played. They actually looked like they actually looked quite fit, I thought, for this time, stage of the proceedings. I think Nuno's got them training hard. It was a good pre-season workout, 3 goals. Son, as I say, set up 3 of them. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Andy, anything else to add before we move on? We don't dwell too much on it, really.
No, that's right. One of the things that Nuno has said is that tactics aren't really being brought in at this stage and what have you. But I think certain things are happening. So, for example, where in the past we've had the ball at the back, we've kind of played it around in a very kind of pedestrian way. I think under Nuno, you can see the ball being moved quicker and less touches being taken. So he wants to keep that recycling of the ball done quicker. He obviously brought Winks in for that game to see what he could do with recycling the ball. Didn't think Winks had a great game, actually, to be fair. I thought he was a bit sloppy, but I'm not criticising him generally. I'm just saying in that game.
Yeah, I do kind of feel sorry for Winks because his role certainly, whenever he's played, his role seems to be, and we obviously discussed this with Darren last week, but his role seems to be to protect really and recycle, and he had to play, even that was a friendly, it felt like he had to play a fairly disciplined role where he just sat there and gave protection to the back, to the defence, and really, Skip, for example, was brought in and everyone was looking, oh, great, Skip's playing, where? And it felt like he had a little bit, like Skip had more freedom to...
He did. He was getting forward a lot more.
Yeah, to get forward a lot more.
Yeah.
Play wide, play out from a wider position, and be a bit higher up the pitch, which gives you a bit more leeway to try the pass that everyone was absolutely creaming themselves about on social media, where he's done that crossfield pass. So I do feel a little bit sorry for Winks because I didn't think, I know he made a couple of sloppy passes, but I didn't think overall he had a bad game. But I do feel that he kind of suffers by having to be so rigid in terms of what's expected of him. I think
there was a couple of times he was caught just a bit slow on the ball, but he's probably not fully match fit after his holiday and what have you. That's fair enough.
What he does do is sorry,
sorry.
I mean, just before you finish, what he does do is he compounds. I think if he makes a mistake, he compounds a mistake. So he made a mistake.
He does.
And he does. Rather than
panics.
Returning to shape, he then went and chased the ball out into the touch line.
So he's completely out of position.
And he's totally drawn out of position. And you think, you need to learn that. Okay, it was a mistake, but pass that player on, and we get into shape and we'll deal with it.
Yeah, but I've been strangely, and I think I do this every year. I think Lucas has had a decent couple of games in pre-season, and one of the things that I can see that probably Nuno has done, he's told him to get his head up and stop being such a dog with a ball, and he's releasing passes quicker. So there's a lot more kind of one-touch play going on, because I think he is a player with vision. It's just that he likes to get the ball, beat two players, and then he runs into the third player. So I'd like to see him, because I think he can be a really useful part of the squad if he can just refine those bits a bit more and become a bit more productive.
Okay, good stuff. So, as you say, it was fairly comfortable. I think next game is on Wednesday. We're away at MK Dons. Anyone making the journey up to MK Dons?
Well, up to the franchise.
Yeah.
Nasty franchise. No, I'm not going, obviously, but
no, I mean I'm closest and I'm not going. Obviously, it's just up the road from me. But they have. I understand we have sold out our allocation though, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, no surprise. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So go on, Simon.
No, I didn't realise. I genuinely didn't realise that there were away fans being allowed. So I think that's quite a big step.
Yeah, I think there's 4,000. I think
away fans.
I believe so. I might be right. I might be wrong, but I think there's 4,000. MK Dons are probably allowing 1,000, but we're allowing 4.
Gonna rush the gates.
My understanding is that there's 4,000 away fans allowed, and we've sold out our allocation. So
interesting.
But if I wanted to go, I could probably get into the home end. Go on, man.
Yeah. One thing I am trying to do is get to the open training on Saturday.
Yeah,
so
we're going to talk about that.
For tickets, but
open training. Open training.